Hi there, welcome back to the channel. It's Ian from Penny Glen Dog Training and Cabin Life. Good morning to you. It's about 6:30 AM. Out chopping the wood. I like to get out first thing in the morning. I've said that before. I enjoy being out. I've just been editing, like I said, the video for the puppies being born. So don't worry, there's no gory bits in it or out like that. Bit of information, the pups are doing absolutely fine, really happy. The Tweed's okay with them and everything. She's loving them, licking them and kissing them and all sorts. She's loving them to bits. Thank you to all the people that's been in touch about inquiries of the puppies, plus asking how they're doing and asking if I could send photos and stuff like that. All the puppies have now sold. I have one person on the reserve list, so if anybody else wants to go on a reserve list in case anybody has to back out, anything could happen, couldn't it? Somebody could lose their job and they can't afford to get one. So I like to have 2 or 3 on the reserve list, so if anybody's interested then give me a bell. Other bit of news, I don't know if I mentioned, but I've managed to order myself a Chopper 1 axe. Now for those who don't know what I'm on about, I've got the Fisker axe, which is there, which is the Fisker X27, which is a fantastic axe. It splits all my wood great. But the actual, they said the best axe in the entire world for splitting wood is a Chopper 1. But like I've said on the videos, the problem with it is the company that sells them won't export them out of America, but they will sell them to Canada, and that's it. America and Canada, that's all they'll distribute to. So people in Europe can't get hold of them. So if you go on eBay, 99.9% of the time it's all second-hand ones, and to be honest, they're in poor condition when you see them. Well, I've been looking on the eBays from all around the world, because there's all different ones in there. There's like Germany, France and all them. So I went on the German one, and somebody in America had put an advert for a Chopper 1 on the German eBay, and they've restored it, and whoever's doing it's done a good job. It's just like brand new shaft on it and everything. Well, I put a bid on it and I've won it. Now, it's cost a lot of money, but that axe is the best axe in the world. So I bought it on the 5th of May. It was shipped the same day. It's gone through the customs in America and it's on its way over here. So as I know more, I'll let you know. So they reckon I'll have it by Wednesday next week. So when it comes, we'll do a big unwrapping and then we'll have a go with it straight away. Boys and toys, eh? So we'll have a go straight away and see what we think. And what I'll do is, a few days after, when I've got used to the weight and how to use it and the best way to do it, then I'll do a comparison against the Fisker X27 and the Chopper 1 and 2 unbranded axes as well that I have, just to see really how good these X27 is and the Chopper 1. I'm going to be going up into the paddock in about 10-15 minutes and getting some dogs out to exercise, so I might take the camera up and do a little video. So I'll show you our Angus. I've not showed you our Angus before. He's a yellow Labrador. I've got his beautiful dog. So I'm going to health test him in a few months, and then I'll probably put him up at stud then. So I think he'll be popular. He's a really good looking dog. He's sire's elder, which is a sire to this litter, and he's out of Treacle, who lives in the cabin with me, and Treacle's out of Boss. So it's a Penny Glen breeding through and through. Like I said, the pups are doing fine. They're doing great. Would you like to see them this morning? Well, come on then. I'll show you pups before I get up into the paddock. I'll put my axe down. Oh. I've been up early, but it's been a bit of chaos this morning, looking after pups and getting the jobs done and having a bit of breakfast. I've had my legendary 3 coffees that I have in the morning. So, are you coming? Come on then. Come on, I'm not waiting for you. Come on, get in here and I'll show you pups. come on. Come on then, come on. I'm going. You have to excuse me washing, I've got all my washing hung up. Can you see it all? That's on the rails above the fire. Right, come on. I've just fitted that up for the light on it. It's not filming. Here we are. It's our little Tweed. We've all seen Tweed on the other videos. Tweed? Tweed. Good girl. And there's the puppies. See how they've grown? They've doubled in size near enough. Hello Tweed, let's go. It's not better than that little puppy noise in there. It's lovely, isn't it? I'll tell you something that most people don't know. I'm actually allergic to puppies. Now when I say I'm allergic, if I start rubbing the coats, like just literally doing that, and I touch my face or my cheek, I'll come out in about half an hour with a big rash. So I have to keep washing my hands when I've held them. And that's, I've never known anybody else to have that. But I am allergic to them. So today's Thursday, so you can see how old they are. They're just roughly 3 days old. Right, I'll leave you in peace, Tweed. Alright. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the puppies. I'm going to have to get off now and get up into the paddock and let some dogs out. I'll be, like I say, I'm going to let Elder out, Glenn out and Angus out first and let them have a run round. I'll let you see Angus. Well, I'll let you see all three, but I'll let you see Angus. If you could press the subscribe button and ring the bell, much appreciated. Now, if you subscribe, it's not going to cost you any money to subscribe. All it means is whenever I put new videos up, you'll get a link in your email box telling you that I've put a video up. But by you subscribing, you're helping my channel grow. Because YouTube has an algorithm, and that algorithm, more channels that have got a lot of subscribers and a lot of likes, they go higher up the listings. So when you go on YouTube, you have like a wall, don't you? And the wall's got all your videos on there that you want to watch, what's recommended that day to watch. Well, all them videos that's up, they'll have a lot of subscribers and they'll have a lot of likes, and that's how they get on your wall. So if you subscribe to me, you're helping me to get higher up the listings, which in turn makes the channel grow quicker and bigger, which I really want the channel to grow a lot bigger than it is. So like I say, I can only achieve it with your help. So if you can press the subscribe, ring the bell, you do me a great favour. I'll keep putting the content up, and I'm going to get off now. I'll see you in the paddock in about 5 minutes. See you in a bit. Hi, welcome back. I'm up in the paddock, walking the dogs around. You can see our Angus here. Yeah, Angus. Angus! See if I can get him on my screen. That's our Angus. Can't really see if I can see him actually. You'll be able to see him better than me. And then there's Elder. Elder, up. And that's our Elder, who's the dad to the puppies. Now Angus is actually Elder's son. So let him have a bit of a run now. So I'm not quite used to this Joby Gorilla Pod yet, so I'm working on it, doing my best. I wanted to talk a little bit today about being more self-sufficient, not rely on big multi-million-pound companies and big farms that produce your food and pesticides and all that. Now, my father told me that when he was little he was brought up on the farm, and he said it were a better way of life. And he was saying back in the old days there were no preservatives, it were all organic and fresh produce all the time. And he said then they brought in the pesticides and they charged us more money for it because they told us that the food would last longer. And now they're finding that it's not as healthy with pesticides, they're going back to organic and charging us more money for going back to organic. So we need to be more self-sufficient as a country, really. We don't want to be relying on Europe and everything like that. We're going to be sailing our ship soon on our own, and I'm quite looking forward to it actually. What I'm hoping to do this year is get the cabin finished, what I live in now. I'm going to extend on the back and put a big porch on the front. Just finish all the other little jobs. I'm going to build an outdoor cooking area, like a garden cooking area, and some raised beds and everything. I'm going to do that this year, and then I'm hoping by next year I'm going to have had all the wood ready just to start making the cabin in the woods. Then I'm going to have a big garden in the wood as well, because there's some good soil in there, so I'll grow all the veg in the wood as well. Big like allotment I'm going to have in there, so that'll be good. Quite looking forward to that. It's lovely views where I am, isn't it? It's beautiful. So that's about that really, but we do need to be more self-sufficient as a country, where we can start growing our own veg, feeding ourselves, having some chickens if it's possible. I'm going to be getting some chickens again soon. So like I say, fresh eggs every day. So I know when I used to have my chickens before, I bought ex-battery ones, and after a few weeks of feeding them organic food, the eggs were like the yolk was like a bright orange. It was really, really nice. So this is where, it's a bit run down now, but this is where I used to keep the chickens before it got run down. Big pen. Obviously I'm not going to use that now, I'll make a new pen. So that's about that. Oh sorry, missed my head. That's about that. I was talking to a few friends the other day about what's going off in the news and everything with this pandemic. I don't quite understand why they have to do a daily report, the government, on the TV. It's a bit, I know that we should know, you know, how many people's passed away and all those in nursing homes that's passed away. I totally agree. I do actually agree, but it's getting to the point where people, like, we know there's going to be deaths every day, and like you don't want to watch it because it's all bad news, doom and gloom. Like on the news now, there is nothing else on the news apart from this pandemic. It just swamps it. There's loads of stuff that's going off in the country, all around the world, but they're not showing it. They're only showing the pandemic because they know that's what people are focused on. So instead of giving them something more positive to focus on, but they don't do that, do they? Oh no, we can't do that. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward when this so-called pandemic is over, because I've got some mates wanting to come up and do some training with me. Andrew, which is Saffron Lynn Labradors, I've mentioned Andrew loads of times, we're like brothers, me and Andrew. He's coming up and we're going to do some training together. Patrick's on about coming with Buddy, so that'll be good. quite looking forward to that. I've got a couple of mates as well in the dog game that want to come and see me and train on my land, because I've got good land, you see, for training. So I've got all the facilities, so it's perfect. So plus I might do a bit of an interview with them all when they come, one by one in the cabin, and that'd be good viewing as well. And I know a lot of you will be interested in what they say really about how things are changing in the dog game, and most importantly, is it honest? That's the question, isn't it? This is the first year I've ever known where the working tests have been cancelled and the field trials are cancelled. It feels like you're redundant in a way, if you know what I mean. You get your dogs already trained up, ready for the working test season, and then all of your summer training on the cold game ready for the trials at the end of the year. And it's just not going to happen this year. It's such a shame really, and it does seem strange usually seeing the little pullets running around all over, but there's nothing. There's the odd pheasant from the year before, so we've had quite a lot of ducks going over this year actually, so they'll do well breeding this year, the ducks, won't they? It'll be a bumpy year for ducks next year, won't it? So yeah, so that's about that. I'll show you a bit more of the area. Here's our Glen. He's an old boy now, our Glen. He's a big, strong, powerful stud dog. People don't seem to realise how big Glen is when it comes to the when they see pictures on the website. Let's see if I can get a good portrait photo of him, image of him. There you can see how big he is. He's huge. There we are, that's better. Struggling there. It's a big dog. He's the biggest dog I've ever bred. He's huge, our Glen. And he's a lovable rogue. He's a good boy. He's still at stud for all those who are interested in using him. Elder's still at stud. We're going to be getting Angus health tested hopefully in about a month's time, month and a half. So hopefully if he's got good scores and he passes his eyes, he's already DNA clear, then I'll probably finish his training off and then I'll put him up at stud. And he's a beautiful yellow dog, so he's very well bred. So right, well listen, I'm back now and I'll catch up with all of you after. Okay, stay safe, stay well, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.